Have you ever found yourself nodding and saying yes to a favor when every fiber of your being is screaming no? You end up trapped in a cycle, either swallowing your frustration and feeling like a doormat, or finally snapping and losing your temper. But you can break that cycle. Over the next 6 minutes, we are going to build a personalized, written boundary-setting script. This is a concrete plan based on the win-win framework of assertiveness. Step 1. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to think of a specific real-life scenario, maybe a coworker who dumps tasks on your desk, or a friend who constantly asks to borrow things. Got it? Taking that vague cloud of anxiety in your head and turning it into a physical, written action plan does something powerful. It shifts the control back into your hands long before the actual conversation even begins. Step 2. At the top of your paper, write down the exact situation you need to handle. Keep it specific. Now let's map out exactly what we're aiming for. This diagram shows the communication spectrum. On the far left, you have passivity, where you lose and the other person wins. On the far right is aggression, where you win by making the other person lose. Assertiveness sits perfectly in the center. It is a win-win state where you respect your own rights exactly as much as you respect the other person's. Step 3. Under your scenario, draft an opening statement that expresses your boundary. Just write down the first sentence you would naturally say to this person. If you look at what you just wrote, you will likely spot 2 major failure points that ruin an assertive opening: over-apologizing and over-defending. Step 4 is the edit. Look at your sentence and physically cross out the word sorry. Next, eliminate any long-winded excuses. If you wrote, "I'm so sorry I can't lend you my bike because my cousin might need it later," slash out everything except the core message. No, I cannot lend my bike out. A clean, apology-free boundary commands immediate respect. By removing the excuses, you completely remove the opportunity for the other person to debate your reasoning. Of course, setting a firm boundary will naturally trigger pushback. The other person is used to you saying yes, so they will try to negotiate, often relying on guilt trips or logical bargaining. This is where we use the broken record technique as your defense. Here, we see an emotional plea. "Come on, aren't we friends?" Instead of taking the bait, you repeat a single polite statement. "I understand, but I cannot lend the bike out." When their emotional manipulation fails, the other person will likely pivot. They will try a different angle, leaning into a logical argument to force you into justifying yourself. Your assertive response must remain exactly the same. They might say, "But I really need it to get to the station." You simply repeat your broken record line. "I hear you, but I cannot lend the bike out." You provide 0 new information for them to attack. Step 5. Write down your specific 1-sentence broken record response on your notepad right now. This is your anchor to use whenever your opening statement is challenged. By freezing the variables in the conversation, you starve the argument of oxygen. The broken record technique ensures the interaction ends with your boundary intact, rather than escalating into a negotiation or a fight. Now that you have your words, we need to focus on your physical delivery. A perfectly written script is useless if your body language contradicts it. Staring at your shoes or slouching immediately broadcasts passivity. On the flip side, looming over someone or pointing fingers signals aggression. Assertive body language requires you to stand tall, stay relaxed, and keep a neutral posture. Step 6. At the top of your paper, write down 3 physical cues to remember in the moment: open hands, eye contact, relaxed smile. Finally, we reach the last component of the process, the reflection loop. Designate a pocket notebook or a note-taking app on your phone to log the results of your conversations. Take a moment afterward to write down if you caved, if you got angry, or what specific part of your script needs a tweak for next time. When you pair a rehearsed script with conscious physical cues and a clear reflection system, boundary setting stops being an emotional reaction. It becomes an objective, improvable skill. Look at the paper in front of you. You have just built a complete, actionable toolkit for a difficult conversation. I won't lie to you. The first time you use this script in the real world, it will feel uncomfortable and unnatural. But I want you to stick to your written plan. Deliver your opening line, use your broken record, and log your results.
Treat assertiveness exactly like a muscle that you have to stress in order to make stronger. Enduring that short-term discomfort is the only guaranteed path to earning long-term respect and building honest, healthy relationships. You've got your script, now go use it.